get him into bed, and don't forget the pictures.
What pictures?
Jason back in Pentonville?
Signed, sealed, and delivered. Look, I came back because I have time to listen to you now. I do want to hear your side of the story, John. If you have proof that someone else, namely Sonny, killed Lopez, I want to hear it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna end up using it to strengthen Sonny's defense. And I called my lawyers. They're gonna get me out of here.
You know, you're all wrong about me.
I'm not surprised to hear you say that. I mean, you've been sucked so far up into the Sonny vortex that you can't even see it. You're so completely invested in believing that Sonny is this good guy, as opposed to the amoral SOB that he really is.
I'm to Port Charles with one goal: to take down Sonny Corinthos. That didn't change when he turned out to be my father. If you have real proof to give me that Sonny killed Tomas Lopez, I will run with it.
I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it. Look, Dante, in all seriousness, when you came to Port Charles, you were still the intrepid detective, dedicated to your mission to infiltrate the Corinthos organization and bring it down from the inside out. And man, you played your cards right. You got Jason's attention and you got access. But that's when it all went downhill. You got snowed by Sonny. He started laying on that Sonny charm, like Sonny does. You started thinking to yourself, hey, maybe he isn't such a bad guy. He's good with his kids, he loves his kids. And when it turned out that you were one of his kids, hell, you haven't had any objectivity since.
Well, I can see that this conversation isn't really going anywhere. If you decide you want to talk, I'm willing to listen.
What makes you think you have a right to join in on my personal conversation?
Sorry, it's a leftover reflex from when we used to be friends.
Well, since it's business related, I'll let you know. I wanted to take pictures of Brooklyn while she's on stage singing so we can put it on the website.
I don't know. That looked like a pretty heated conversation. Why would you two be fighting about something so innocuous?
Because she's shy and it bugs me. And sorry I was over the top with it, but I'm a little freaked out about Johnny being arrested here in my restaurant.
Wait, Johnny was arrested?
Oh, I would think you were the first person he called.
What are the charges?
Dante said something about Johnny killing another mobster.
Any chance you're here to post bail?
You need me to?
No. Well, my lawyers are taking care of it.
What are you doing here, John?
I am appearing by special request. I got an escort and everything. He actually looked a lot like your son.
Well, I'm glad you're so amused by all of this. Now, you want to tell me what happened?
I was framed for Tomas Lopez's murder. Gotta hand it to Sonny, he did a pretty smart job. Because if the cops don't have a tight enough case, then, well, Tomas's brother Santos will come after me for revenge. For Sonny, it's no muss, no fuss.
So, killing Tomas looks like retaliation for the car bomb.
See what a good doll you'd make?
Do you think this is funny, John? Let me tell you what's happening here. I believe that Sonny framed you. But you know what? His frame is working because you've been running around like a freaking loaded weapon for months, and any person in this town would believe you'd go off half-cocked and kill somebody. So, basically, you're orchestrating your own downfall, and Sonny walks off smelling like a rose. And that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
You're getting yourself all worked up.
Oh, does that bother you? Really, that I would be upset that now you've been car bombed and framed and arrested? Johnny, it does not have to be like this.
I don't want to have this fight with you right now, please. Hey, you should not be so worried about me. By the way, you should be more worried about Dante.
What does that mean?
Well, do you remember before we knew he was in town? When he was just a picture in a frame and you would go on and on about him, you'd talk about him, brag about him. I mean, I thought he was just a fireman. I mean, you knew what he did. He was a man of integrity, dedicated to the badge and the oath.
Yeah, so what?
So he's not that guy anymore. Sonny has compromised Dante 6 ways from Sunday, and Dante doesn't even see it. And that is the only thing that is between Dante and a really, really hard fall. Guys like him, upholders of the law, they don't land too well when they realize that they have been corrupted by the very thing that they've been fighting against. And when Dante realizes that, when he finally snaps out of this state of denial that he's in, when he realizes that he's so far gone, it will destroy him.
How you doing, officer?
Just fine, Judge Carroll. How can I help you today?
I was in the neighborhood, thought I'd save the department some time, pick up the medical records in the McMillan case.
Right away.
Whoa, easy.
Sorry.
Oh, for pity's sake. What the hell are you doing in here?
I finally have you here.
So, bottom line, I did not kill Tomas Lopez, but Sonny's doing a damn good job making it look like I did.
I'll have to make sure your case doesn't land on my docket. I'd have to recuse myself. I couldn't be objective. I'm still mad at you characters about the Corinthos trial.
Can't say that I'd blame you.
Claire Walsh, your prosecutor?
Seems to be. She came by here a few hours ago to get my statement. I wouldn't tell her a thing, though.
Well, of course not. You people never do. If you're so innocent, what's the problem in saying so?
I don't trust her.
Why not?
Well, she and Sonny have become a little too chummy for my taste.
How chummy?
Well, they're practically dating at this point.
Be careful what you say, Mr. Zakharov. I thought you were telling the truth. I might initiate an investigation that could lead to Ms. Walsh's disbarment.
What can I say about Brenda?